Hello. We are live. If you're watching, it's Friday morning, but we have. I'm Ed, and this is Karin, and we're creating a series of videos to kind of discuss what's going on in this crazy market, and it has changed from this time last year. Really, it's changed.
It really has
quite a
changed.
bit. Karin, what? Last year we had a lot of people telling us, "Hey, we're not going to look anymore." Why was that?
They were frustrated. They have been getting outbid. People were working on, locals here were working on a fixed budget, and they just seemed to get outbid every time they turn around. And they got very frustrating, and it was very heartbreaking that they really liked a home and they were outbid and they didn't get it. So a lot of frustration.
Yes, there was. Now, is that still the case today? I mean, if I was a home buyer a year ago and I got tired, should they come back on the market?
They should. They really should, because it's changed. The market has changed. We don't have a lot of best and final. We don't have homes going crazy, sold in a day, or contingent in a day, and it's a more fair playing field, I think, at this point.
Yes, there's certainly a lot less pressure on the buyers to make those quick snap decisions. There's still, a good home in a good neighborhood at a really good price is still going super quick, but not
the time
like it was
that
a
you
year
could
ago.
go home and talk about it and think about it are over.
Yeah, I think for the most part that pressure is gone. But Karin, as we are heading towards the end of 2022, there's a lot of uncertainty in what's going to happen in the market. And so we want to address in this series, we're going to address, and these should be short segments, we're going to address some of the popular questions or issues or thought patterns in the marketplace. And I will tell you, in each of the videos, we will put a link to a really good video that Dave Ramsey put. And we're excited. We're part of the ELP, the Ramsey Trusted Network. But it was a great video on the state of the marketplace, and really is a crazy marketplace. But he addresses, is the market going to crash? Because a lot of people think that. Great video. We'll post the link to that. But we want to kind of take that same idea and express what's going on here locally in the Northeast Tennessee region. So Karin, today we're going to talk about an issue that a lot of people have on their minds. And what is that?
It is, will the rates go back down?
Yes. People are thinking of whether or not they should wait until the rates come down. And, that's it's a good question. I mean, are the rates going to come back down? The Fed just raised the interest rate once again. They are committed, it sounds like, to making sure that they keep the rates up where they're at, if not higher, until this crazy inflation comes down. So that is a good thought, though. Should I wait for the rates to come down? Well, let's address that, because I think there's some information that we have that can kind of help you think in terms of whether or not you should wait. And okay, when you look at, and this is from 1975 to current, or 2020 really, when you look at the comparison of the fixed rate mortgages plus the average home prices, there's a few things that'll stick out. And one thing on this slide that I think it does a really good job of showing is that the interest rates now are actually more in line with what they were historically. And you probably have heard this, but this is a great visual illustration to show that. Look, that red line is the 5% mark. And everything above that red line for all those years, from 1975 on to, and the red line actually could go a little bit further than what it is, but almost to 2010, the rates were over 5%, including that crazy 1980s where it went up as high as 18%. So really, when you look at the interest rates now, around 6%, that is not really uncharacteristic. So that tells me that perhaps, just perhaps, we might not see low rates again, at least not where we had the 2 or 3%. But Karin, you might be one of those people out there that say, all right, well, if the rates aren't going to go down, what else could happen?
Drive the prices down.
All right. Yeah. So, okay, those high interest rates, they've got to drive the prices down.
And that's not so.
And that, again, is kind of a dangerous thought. Now, we are seeing a slowing of the growth, and we're going to talk more about that in a future video, where a couple years ago, the rate of growth on home prices was like in the 20% range. And then even last year, it was still around 20%. This year, it looks around 10%. But is that a good reason to wait? Because really, I don't think we're going to see a big decrease in home prices. Let me show you what I mean here. So again, going back to our chart there, I wanted you to look at a couple different places. When the rates were the highest, look at the growth of the homes. That's that bottom arrow. The growth of home prices was still going up. And then if you want, you can look at what's going on currently, and you can see that even though the interest rates are going up really steady, so is the home prices. They're going to continue to rise. It doesn't look like, and at no point really in history, did the interest rates affect home prices. So that's kind of dangerous to have this idea of, well, I'm going to wait for the interest rates to come down, because the other thing that's happening, if the home prices don't come down and they continue at the growth they're expected, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a home today that you could buy for $200,000 at 6% interest, let's say. Now, if you wait a year and you say, well, I'm going to wait a year and I'm going to see if the home prices come down or maybe the interest rates come down. All right, I can almost guarantee you, based on what is going on in the market, and it looks like about 10% growth is what Fannie Mae has said that's going to occur. We have heard estimates of 4 to 5% growth. Here locally, we're over 10% growth from last year. I think it's around 13, 14%. So what's going to happen is if we grow at about 7 or 8%, in next year, that same home that was $200,000 today is going to be $217,000. And you don't know what percent the interest rate will be at. It could be higher, maybe it'll be lower. But you do know pretty much, I can almost guarantee, no guarantees in life, but at the trajectory we've been going, that home is going to cost you more. So really, is it saving you money? So Karin, there's something that people can consider. If you are waiting on the interest rates to come down, or you think the interest rates are eventually going to drop home prices, now it may slow the growth, and that's kind of the idea. But they're still, slow the growth means they're still going up. Okay, understand that. Here's something that you can consider. All right, if you buy a house now and the rates do drop, there's always the option to refinance. We have personally, I think over the last couple of years, we've refinanced 3 or 4
times? 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times. I think 3 or 4 times over the course of the 10 years we've owned this home. And so, whoops, my slides have started acting up on me. All right. So at any rate, if you buy a home now and the interest rates do go down, as long as you keep your credit and all good, obviously, you could get a lower interest rate next year. Okay. But here's what you can't do. You cannot wait a year and then see that the home prices went up and the interest rates went up, and then go, or one of the two, and then go back and buy that same home at the prices it is now, or get the home if the interest rates go up at the same interest rates now. So it seems to me, if you are needing to buy a home and you're in a good position, and we want to stress that too, we are, especially with the Ramsey network, if everybody knows Dave Ramsey and that team, they are very good about making sure people are ready to buy a home. So we are talking to you if you're ready to buy a home. You're economically stable, you have good emergency money saved and those kind of things. But if you are ready to buy a home and you're just sitting on the fence because you are not sure what's going to go on the interest rates, our recommendation is to you, don't sit on the fence. This still could be a good time to buy a home, even at the interest rates, because again, they're more historically in line with what they used to be. And the home prices now, the situation, as Karin mentioned, is not as competitive. I think the last 3 or 4 homes that we have sold have actually been less than list price. In fact, a few considerably less.
I never really thought about that, but they were under list.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can't remember when. It's been a few months since we've sold a home over list price. So we know they're out there, and there is homes out there, good homes. All these homes we sold are really good homes. and one of them could be yours. And we invite you to think about that. Stay tuned also as we have some more videos. We will be going live in the next couple days with a few more questions we'll be answering about this crazy market, what's going to go on with it. Some people fear that it's going to be a crash. We're going to go into that. We're going to look a little bit more into the home prices and why they're probably not going down. Almost positive they're not going to go down. And that has a lot to do with supply and demand. So we're going to cover those topics as well. So watch for those, or if you're watching this in the future, there may be on our YouTube page. So like and subscribe to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, and make sure that you're keeping posted with what's going on in the market. It's important to us that you are well informed. And boy, we need some good information out there, because there's a lot of people just going crazy with what they're saying. We are trying to find the facts and look at trends and look at real data, as well as what we're seeing in the market, to help you make those decisions. So if you need us, call us. We'd love to sit down and talk to you. Right, Karen?
Exactly.
All right. And Karen's good at talking to you, isn't she?
I am good. I'm not good at this marketing stuff, but face-to-face, yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Enjoy your...